Hey everybody, welcome and welcome back. Oh, I did not set up my microphone, so hang on, let me do that. Every time I think I'm ready and I'm not. It's always something I forgot. Okay. Okay, it is super late. It is about 10 o'clock p.m. my time. But I wanted to jump on and see if I can start this painting. So this is the really large one that I'm terrified to start. This is the 12 by 16 in the Canson paper pad. I almost want to take this piece off, and I don't think I can, but I think I can maybe fold it in. Hang on, let me take this off my table and see. Because the little flap at the top is gonna bug me the whole time. So I want to see if I can. Okay, there we go. Jeez, it was like the little fold at the top was kind of annoying. Okay, so I'm thinking today we are going to start. I'm going to do the carpet in the background and we'll go from there. We're not going to get the whole thing painted today, but I would like to start on some of it. Now, just going to put that there. This thing is really big, so I'm just trying to find a way to kind of set up my desk still. But we're working on it. Okay, let me set up chat, even though I really don't expect too many people to join in today. It is very late. I'm mostly doing this for replay, but if people do come in, then I will be able to at least see the chat. Okay, so we're gonna start with the carpet, and I didn't pull out any bigger brushes. So let me grab some of those because I do have some bigger brushes, and I do want to use my smaller ones, but I have a feeling that I'm going to need some bigger ones. So I'm bringing out the arsenal. Now, I don't think this is all of my brushes because I know I have a box somewhere that has a ton more. So I am going to see if I can find a filbert in here. I have a lot of these angled brushes, and I don't really need those. I don't know why I have so many of them. And they've literally never been used at all. I guess we can just go for a bigger, maybe something like that. But I might go with something like this. It's not a filbert, but it should help even some things out. Hopefully. All right. I'm going to set that off to the side. What is that? Dust bunny? Okay. I got my bowl here. I got my waters. I'm going to open those. Okay. Now, we're going to start on the carpet. I kind of wanted the carpet to be kind of a reddish color. I was looking at one of these, but I might darken it a little bit I don't feel like that's bright enough, so I might take one of these and add a little bit of brown to it. Maybe. So let's grab Crimson and Turner, and I don't know if I want it too dark, so maybe a little bit of the burnt umber or the sepia. I'm going to pull out both and we'll go with that. So here, nope, that's burnt sienna. So we need crimson, burnt umber. Here's burnt umber. We need sepia and crimson. I was looking at carmine too, but that might be a little bit too bright. And again, I just have my paints inside of my 3-tier cart at the top. So sometimes it takes a while. Okay. I also have my small brushes on standby, just in case. Now this one is a filbert, and maybe I can get a little bit done. Let's just work on this little section here. I'm going to move these. So these are the sketch. This is the sketch for this. I know it's hard to see the image now, so I'm going to show you guys what it's going to look like. So that is the image itself. And actually, I did sketch, well, I'm in the middle of sketching the next one for that series. But I'm going to move these out of the way because I don't want them to get damaged, because I do need them and I don't want them to fall over. All right. I know it's really hard to see. I've got my light blasted. Let's do this. So I'm going to mix some crimson. And I'm not going to be on too long. I'm probably just going to be on long enough to do the carpet in the background. Or it's more like, I wouldn't say carpet. It's more like, I like to think they're downstairs, like in the basement somewhere. So, all right, let's get moving. I want to mix some brown into this. And I like to think that maybe it's a little bit more brown than it is red, kind of like a cherry oak color. So we're just gonna jump right in, and I'm going edge to edge with this because it's on a block and I didn't really want to frame this one. So we're just going with the flow. I don't normally paint on a large scale like this, so you'll have to excuse if it comes out looking a little strange. Now, if it comes out weird, I have the sketch. I can always redo anything that I attempt because I have the sketch on another paper. I can just copy it again and do it again. So I'd like to think that I won't mess up too bad because it is acrylic gouache, so it's going to be permanent. So once it dries, if I feel like I need to maybe add another color on top of another color, I can do that. So I'm just grabbing. I switched brushes because I want to get in here. And I'm just trying to mix this up properly. And take my time because I really don't want to mess this up. I feel like once I get the background together, I should be okay. But the characters for me, I think is going to be the scary part, especially Pot and Pan, because their colors are a little bit, well, I kind of figured them out, but sometimes it's a little hard to get. Pot, I changed his color a bit, so I might have to use paint marker for him, but we will see. And I'm really hoping that I can just pull it off. And I'm going with my normal style on this one, so it's going to be pretty flat. There's not going to be any blending. It's going to be a lot of kind of cell shaded type of things. I guess that's the right term. I'm not really sure, but you guys know my style by now. So it's going to look more like that. And I'm just going to go over this to make sure it's even. I'm not used to this size, so it's gonna be a little bit patchy. I'm already feeling that. Some areas might be a little bit more patchier than others, but it is kind of like wood, so I don't expect the floor to be too even, because then it's not gonna look like a floor. It's just gonna look like a filled in background, which theoretically that's pretty much what it is. I'm not great with backgrounds, and I don't want to say I don't want to be, but my focus is my characters mainly. But I would like to learn some background elements. So, and I've only put a little bit. You don't need a lot with these. Which is good. Even though I'm painting like on a larger scale, you don't need a lot of paint. As long as you have enough water, it seems you're okay. And that I don't think I will have an issue with, because I tend to be on the safer side and put a little bit more water than I feel like I need, especially because my brushes, it seems like they like to dry out. Not dry out, but they don't stay wet as long as I need them to. So for anyone watching this back, don't forget to hit the like button. If you are able to share this video with, you might know someone who wants to see someone paint, or just looking for some background noise. I have people who like to watch me for background noise too. I'm okay with that. I would like to get to 50 subscribers. I'm almost there. I'm at about 30. And the closer I get, the better. And if you are enjoying the video, feel free to leave a comment down below as well. I try to respond to all of my comments. So if you leave a comment, and I try to do it in a timely manner, I do have my notifications turned on. So if someone sends me a comment, I will see it. The only time I won't respond like right away is if I'm like busy with work or something like that. But I try to respond in a timely manner, because I would hate to comment on somebody's video and then they don't respond back to me, because what's the purpose, right? So Feel free to leave a comment if you have any tips. I take nice, kind tips. Now I might not follow all of them, but I do take them. So if you have any tips on painting, because I am trying to get more into my gouache. I'm mainly, when it comes to coloring, I mainly use colored pencil, at least like in my color books and stuff. So this is kind of new to me, I like to say. I'm just gonna get in here and put some, all right. I feel like I need a smaller brush for that area. See, I think I like the round brushes better than the flat ones and like the filberts and stuff. I just feel like I have better control with the round brush. Even though it seems like they don't hold as much water as I would like them to, and I find myself wetting my brush more. Whew, so the new Pokemon game comes out next month. If anybody is getting it, let me know. We can play together. I'm excited. I have been, right now, while I'm waiting on it, I've been shiny hunting a Registeel on Pokemon Sword. I'm sorry, on Shield. I have Shield. Um, it has been a thing. I have not gotten it yet, obviously, but hopefully the RNG gods will be nice to me and I can actually catch it before the new game comes out, because once the new game comes out, um my shiny hunting is going to be on a halt for a while because I want to focus on the new game. Regionals is also coming up, so I want to go and watch that. It's actually going to be out here, so I'd like to buy a ticket for that. And if anybody's going to Vegas regionals, let me know. That's in November. All right. So there's another big piece of carpet, and then there is there's a piece over here, and then there's like some smaller pieces. So I'm gonna focus on the big piece first. I'm finding that streaming later in the day or at night is a little bit better for me. So I might stick to the nighttime streams for a while. I might do some day streams here and there, but for the most part, my streams are probably going to be at night. That just gives me time to do things that I need to do during the day. And once I get all settled in and comfortable and stuff, then I can come on in and do some streaming. I would have been on earlier, but I was really tired. And so I took a nap and then I took another nap. And once I actually got up, I was like, okay, now my naps are out of the way. Let me, I had to do some things for my Ko-fi members. And I think I found a post office. I'm going to call them, give them a call to make sure that it's actually operational. And then I'm going to mail out the Ko-fi rewards for my members. I'm actually combining August and September together because the September ones are done. So I'm going to combine them. They'll all be in one envelope. So I did order some plastic sleeves for the bigger size prints. It probably won't be often that I do prints that size. I was just testing out the paper. And then I was like, well, I'm going to turn this into a Ko-fi reward. And so that's how that happened. But I probably won't do the Ko-fi rewards probably won't be that size all the time. And it's just that I don't have a lot of size of that paper. And I was just testing something out. And I was like, well, I like how it came out, so I'm going to turn it into a Ko-fi reward. So you guys will get that if you are a member. And if you're not a member and you want surprise rewards, then I'm not going to promise rewards every month because I do work full time and I have a hard time getting to the post office sometimes. So I'm not yet ready to promise them every month. But there are like surprise rewards that kind of I offer from time to time. So far, like every other month or so. But Ko-fi link's in the description if you want. You don't have to, but it is there if you want to take a look. I also am trying to make it a habit of posting like art updates over there. But I work full time and it's very hard for me to sometimes keep up. So for now, it's kind of like it's there if you want to support. If you don't, then that's fine. Okay, I think I got all the carpet. And we did it in like 24 minutes. So that's a good chunk. And I'm just kind of going through to make sure that I didn't miss any. But I actually think I got it all. So that's great. Okay. Now for the background, I plan on doing, I wanted to be kind of like, because it's like basement walls. So I was thinking of like a gray. But the problem is I don't have a dark enough gray. So I'm going to have to mix some grays here. So I do have my darkest gray is, let me get it here. my color sheet's a little mixed up, but it should be, yeah. So my darkest gray is this one. So I'm definitely going to have to probably mix a little bit of black in there. So that's neutral gray 2. And then I will probably mix in maybe a little bit of this jet black. Just a little bit. I don't need a lot. I don't want it super gray. And I do have some white on standby in case I make it too gray. So we're looking for jet black. I see lamp black. And I see silver. It's always every color but what I'm looking for that likes to show up. Because if I wasn't looking for it, it'd be right in my face 90% of the time. Or I would keep like pulling the same, like this is neutral gray 1. And I keep coming across lamp black. In a minute, I'm just going to use lamp black. Because that's what I keep coming across. You know, that is pretty strange though, because I don't have that many paints. So it should be right here. It shouldn't be too far off the radar. And one day I'm going to have a better storage system for my paints. So I'm not doing this. But right now, this is just the most convenient. But it's not proving to be very convenient at this very second. Okay, there's neutral gray 2. I'm going to give one more look for jet. Okay, I got it, jet black. Actually, I think this is the one that I lied. I'm going to use lamp black. I think jet black is the one that has like the warning label on it, so I'm kind of a little scared to use it. So, okay. I'm going to put some neutral gray 2 down. I don't know how much of this I'm going to need. I know I'm not going to need too much black. So I'm just going to put a dab. All right. Okay. We're going to use the round. With some clean water. Just going to take a little bit of this. I need it to be like kind of a dungeony black. I mean gray. Okay. So we're on the top here now. And I'm just going to slap that on there. There still seems to be some red, but I'm going to cover that up. Don't worry. See? Gone. That is my dog, Yuki. For those of you that are new to the channel, he likes to go on auto bark, which means sometimes you will hear him barking at absolutely nothing. And he will go on, I like to call it auto bark, where he just barks and keeps barking. It's almost like he forgot that he was barking and he's just barking. I don't know that he realizes that he's still barking sometimes. And I've just learned to kind of just let it go, let him do it, because I don't think he realizes he's doing it. So does anybody else's dog do that? Where suddenly they're barking and they just can't seem to stop, even though what they're barking at is like non-existent. Heavily non-existent, because when I tell you he's barking at nothing, he's barking at nothing. There's no one outside. It's about 10 o'clock. It's after 10 at this point. So, sometimes we just let them go, let them bark. It's fine. It is a bit weird, but alrighty. If anybody has any tips on keeping their paintbrush, and I don't want to soak it in water, but I mean, come on. I don't want to keep having to. There's like some red coming off. I might have to switch to the filbert because this one's doing something strange. And it's changing the color of the wood. And I don't want that. So, switching back to this weird filbert looking one. Maybe I should have did the wall background first. Because the color is changing. Because of the whatever was in that paintbrush, that color that I used before. Crimson, I think it was. I think it's still in the paintbrush. Even though I've cleaned it, I think it's like in there. So let me just put some more paint, because I'm gonna have to redo that part. Just this section here, it's like a little bit of crimson mixed in with the gray, and we don't want that. So I need to just mix a new batch. I'm just gonna cover it up because that looks kind of weird. Okay. And I'm gonna let it dry and go over it again. I think we're gonna add like some wood walls or like wooden beams to the background. My stickers came in today. I was so happy. They came out really good. I'll show you guys at the end of the video. I haven't put them up in my shop yet. I want to go through them first, and then I will put them up in there. Oh, I just put that dirty paintbrush in my clean water. No. It's okay. We're only doing the background today, so it's okay. I'm not 100% sure what is going on. I'm gonna get in this small part. I don't know where this color is coming from. I changed the color and I changed the brush, but it still seems to be showing up. I wonder if it's in the black. And that's what I'm seeing, because even right here, we will see when it dries. It could just be something else. Not sure. Just trying to straighten out these lines a little bit. I'm like vigorously washing my brush and it still seems like, and this is a different brush. I didn't even use, or did I? Let me just grab a whole different brush. You guys probably can't see it, but the gray has like a tinge of like this crimson in it. And I know I'm probably sounding crazy right now, but um, I'm gonna try a different brush, a completely different brush that hasn't been used with the crimson. And then I'm just gonna, and this gray is too light, but I just want to test to see if it's the brush or what is going on here. I'm just trying to cover up that reddish. All right, let's see what happens. Though I could have picked a far better. I think I'm gonna, because this brush is like one of my cheaper ones and it doesn't hold any water at all. I'm just gonna grab this one, this flat one, and use that. Does anybody else have like a hard time choosing brushes? What brush to use on certain like parts of their piece? I don't think I mixed the black in very well there. Okay. And this one doesn't have to be, like, the background doesn't have to be even, just like the carpet, because I like to think it's kind of like rocky, gravelly type of wall. These guys do not live in our time. So most of the things, especially in their village where they live or their town, um, most of the things is made by hand. It's made by, the people of the village. So a lot of things are wood and stone and, different types of metals, but not too much. And so I just like to think that, it's a wall, but it's not like a perfect wall. I might even go in and add like some different directional flat strokes just to kind of make it look like stone. Might even do different types of grays. But for now, let's get the base colors down. We jumping ahead of ourselves. We are. See, this brush is not holding. You see how fast it's drying? It's not holding any water at all. I don't know if it's meant to be that way, but y'all help me out in these comments. Okay. Let me add a little bit more because I think I'm finding what the problem is. I mean, it's not really a giant problem or anything, but I'm finding what's happening. I think. Don't quote me, but I think I am finding what's up. Do do. We had a nice little rain today. It was great. We needed it for sure because it doesn't rain that much out here. So when we do get it, it's very nice to see. Um, Again, y'all, I'm not used to painting on a large scale, so this is a learning experience for me, and it's definitely a learning experience. I'm learning that I need some bigger round brushes because the round brushes are my favorite, but I don't seem to have, or like a mop brush or something where I can cover these large areas. For the backgrounds, I don't mind too much when it's like backgrounds like this where it's rock and stone and stuff where it's supposed to look a little rough. But as far as the rest of it, like if I was doing something else, this would be a problem. The characters I'm not worried about as far as brush sizes because I tend to be a little bit more careful with the characters on any scale. And I think the brushes I have are okay for the characters. It's these large empty spaces, I think. where I need a bigger type of brush. Something that I can control a little bit better because I don't have the steadiest hand yet, probably ever. Which is crazy because I play a lot of video games, so you would think, but no. My hands are not. By the time I'm done with that, it's not gonna look like a water drop. It doesn't look like one now because there's no color on it, but at least we're almost done with the background, guys. So that's a good thing, because, and I know I said we were only gonna do the carpet, but I'm like, well, we're already here. We might as well get the background in. Now she's gonna probably clash a little bit because she is a bluish color, but we'll figure that out when we get to her. She'll be the last character we do anyway, so all right. So now I just need to take a smaller round and go in and even out anything that needs to be evened out. I have a small flat one. Actually, I think this is a small filbert. I don't know what this is. It's a very strange size. But it works. I'm still looking for a name for the game that they play. So if anybody has any ideas for the name, shoot them down in the comments. If you watch the last live, I talked about how it's similar to Dungeons and Dragons and Magic the Gathering. If you've ever played any or either or both of those, I would like to think that it's similar to that. All right, those are good. Okay. I'm just going through and grabbing any little details that need to be touched up with this gray. All right, guys, the background is done. Well, it's not done. I actually want to go in and add some like wooden beams in there, but I want that to dry first. But outside of that, background is mainly done. Now the first character we are going to paint in the next live is going to be Pan. We'll do Pan, and then we'll do, we'll go in order like this, and then we'll do the table. Or maybe we'll do the table first, because some of them are leaning on the table. So maybe do the table, and then do the characters, followed by like the little trinkets and stuff. And I really hate that this came kind of like bent at the end, but I think once I pull it off, I can unbend it. And then when I do, if I do prints, depending on how it comes out, I can, that won't be there. This is just practice anyway, so it should be fine. I'm thinking I might do the table on my own so I don't subject you guys to that part, because that part might be kind of boring. But I want to show you guys before we go that my stickers came in today, and I got two different ones. Two different designs. So the first design is this one, and it is a pumpkin miso, and it has like, I don't know if you guys can kind of see. Let me see if I can zoom in. It has like a sandy glitter on it, and it's a pumpkin miso. I had fun designing that one. And then the other design I have is Mooncat. And Mooncat doesn't have a name, so I'm just calling him Mooncat for now. But he is on a pile of candy, and this one is also in that sandy glitter. I can't get the glitter on screen. There it is. So there's that one. So all of my current Ko-fi members will be getting this one, both of them actually. And so if you're a Ko-fi member, look out for that, as well as your prints. And that's just a nice little thing I wanted to do for my Ko-fi members. The stickers will also be for sale in my shop, so don't worry. And I am working on the next set of stickers. I try to do like 2 or 3 at a time designs, because it just makes sense when I'm sending them off and things like that. It just makes sense to have more than one design, because I'm a super small shop, so I can kind of split the order up, like, have so many for so many designs, because I'm not getting a bunch of orders right now. So it's better to have more than one option than have like a million of one sticker design. So that's that. I'm going to work on this table, and I will catch you guys next time. Don't forget to hit the like button on your way out, and thanks for watching. Bye.